It's amazing.
So you all.
Yay! Next up, Jason Liebrick. You know him as Dobby.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
And last but certainly not least, you know him as Aizawa, Chris Waycamp.
Hi, guys.
My name is Rose, guys. I'm gonna go through some house rules and then we'll get this started, all right? So of course, please no flash photography at this time, no voice recording. Please do not approach the stage. I'm gonna ask just a few questions and then right here in this aisle, there is a Q&A mic. Please walk, don't run when it comes time. And please about your character. So whether it was a convention interaction, maybe backstage somewhere with someone, what was the most impactful moment, fan moment?
I mean, one of the things that I love about my character Midnight is that she's so body and sex positive. And I had a woman come up to my table at a convention who was cosplaying as Midnight, and she told me, you know, she was like, I've always wanted to cosplay, but I've never really felt comfortable doing so before. I felt like the characters that I watched on anime like didn't really represent me. I didn't feel like I could like, you know, play them, you know, so forth. And she was like, but then I saw my hero and I saw Midnight and I was like, oh, that lady's for me. Like, she makes me feel like I could cosplay her. And that just made me so happy because I feel like that's what Midnight is all about.
Definitely.
I've had a lot of really emotional, meaningful interactions with my fans. I think in part for Dobby specifically because of the trauma that he's experienced that have led him to be the man that he is at the point that we're introduced to him in the show. I feel like he's oddly a comfort character for people who've had very deep, dark trauma in their lives, and that makes him both relatable and a comfort, which is always really nice. And I've had many very deep mini therapy sessions as a result of this. But my most meaningful interaction was not based on Dobby. It was another character that I played in a show called Darker Than Black. I was at a con, I don't even know where it was, but a gentleman came up who had an artificial limb on his lower leg. One of his legs had been taken in an IED in Iraq. And he told me that he had gotten through the experience of recovery in a hospital in Germany because he watched that show, and that was a great comfort to him. And that was one of the first times I realized that what we did was not just this isolated thing that meant nothing. It actually meant a great deal to people in a way that was more powerful than I'd ever imagined.
Those are great stories. Yeah, there are so many great fan interactions we get to have. That's one of the best parts of this job. It's hard to choose like the best one overall, so I'll just say one from this weekend that really impacted me is I got to meet, I think her name was Emma. She came by, she's a 5th grader. I love the kids. The kids are always my favorite fans because they're the most pure fans, you know? They're just like, this is awesome, I get to meet the voice of da-da-da, and that's it. That's all they need. But Emma came by, she had spent about 48 hours on just a masterpiece of this picture of Mr. Aizawa. And she wanted to give it to me, and I got to meet her art teacher, who is here with like 9 other kids from their 5th grade class.
Oh my God.
And they're here today going through all the lines and meeting all their favorite voices. So,
are any of them here right now?
I don't know.
By chance?
I don't see any hands.
Emma in class? No? Okay, maybe they're running
Emma
around having fun.
But yeah, it's moments like that, you can't really put a price on it. I think the kids, like I said, are always my favorite because I feel like they're the most genuine. You know, they really know how to speak from the heart, and so that always speaks volumes.
Yeah, definitely.
Of Attack on Titans, would you break your hero code to kill or either try to stop them, find a way to stop them?
So would they safely stop the bad guys in Attack on Titan, or would they just go straight in for the murder?
Yes.
Okay. If my hero had a crossover with Attack on Titan, would your characters just go straight for the kill or try to work it out a little bit?
I mean, I think they could go straight for the kill.
I think Aizawa would try to go hook up with Levi. And
He doesn't mean that kind of hooking up. Get your minds out of the
just
gutter.
leaving it to your imagination.
There cannot be that many fantastic scarves in one room. The world would implode.
I like that. Thank you so
That's a great question. I'm really curious if Midnight's powers would work on the Titans or not. I'm also, sorry, I'm like answering your questions with more questions. I'm also really curious what the villains would do. Like, would we
go straight for the kill?
would we band together to like defeat the common like menace, or would you just like stand back and let us get eaten and then deal with them?
Would they join the menace?
I'd band together with Midnight, but only Midnight.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
That's a great
Thank you
question.
for your
Thank you so
question.
much.
Hello, come on up.
Hi.
Get a little
so
bit closer to the mic, friend.
Sorry.
Thank you. You're fine. Go for it.
All right. So I'm here with my friends who I met at a haunted house. We all work there, except for Deku. We're trying to get him in there though. So my question would be, how would your characters interact at a haunted house? Would they cry, pee their pants, or just laugh at us?
How would your characters act at a haunted house?
I mean, I think I'd have a barbecue.
We are doing witches this year, so you can burn the witches.
Ah, I'm sorry for burning you all.
I think Aizawa would have to be dragged to a haunted house. I don't think he would go willingly. And then I think, once he was there, he would just, I think he would take a lot of pleasure in not reacting to all the jump scares. He saw them coming. His incredible senses detected the dude with the chainsaw before he ever jumped out of the closet,
No chainsaws at our haunted house. We're a pirate theme. So.
Okay, pirate theme. Ooh, that's
Yeah.
fun. Yo ho ho.
Yo ho ho.
All right.
I feel like Midnight would be pretty unruffled, but then Mount Lady would start screaming. And so then Midnight would be like, well, I have to scream louder. And then it would just escalate into like, who can get more attention with the louder screams.
Thank you. Fun question. Hello.
Hi. So I was wondering for Midnight and Aizawa, if you guys could change your hero names, what would it be? And for Dobby, if everything went according to plan and he wasn't abused and burned, what would his hero name be?
So you can just change your hero name to whatever you want. Sleepy guy.
Sexiest hero alive, TM. So that there can be no question anymore between a certain someone.
Cordate.
Nice, nice. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
What
Thank
is
you.
cordite? Oh.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hi there. I just wanted to thank you guys for being so inspirational, especially with the characters that you voice. And so I just wanted to ask what characters or which show inspired you to get into voice acting?
For everyone, if your characters were to play a sport, what sport would that be?
Can you repeat your question one more time, please?
If your characters were to play a sport, what sport would that be?
Oh, play a sport.
The sport.
Oh, gotcha.
MMA.
Synchronized swimming.
Curling.
Great question, friend. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Hello.
Hi.
You look very nice today.
Thank
might
you
add.
very, very much. Question for Aizawa and Dobby. I actually have two. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. If you could pick any other character from any other anime to voice, other than MHA, what would that character be?
Hank Hill from King of the Hill.
Okay.
Is that cheating? I mean,
No,
okay.
No, that is not cheating.
Can I hear your Hank Hill accent?
Bobby?
propane and propane accessories.
Pretty good.
I want to be Deadpool.
Can I just say I would pay to see that? That'd be amazing.
Well, we should let them know. And the other thing is, you know they're making a live-action Borderlands.
I want to play Mordecai. Like, what the F, man? Come on.
My second question is, what is your favorite character from any other anime other than MHA?
Not that we've played necessarily, correct?
No, it can be anybody.
I really love Cowboy Bebop, so I'll say Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop.
The first time I did a panel with Johnny Young Bosch, I was a little starstruck because I'd watched Akira, the dub that he did when he was really young, over and over and over again. So, yeah, Kaneda, his character from Akira.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Hi. So, this is for everyone. If MHA and One Piece had a crossover...
Could you go a little closer to the mic, friend?
Sorry.
Thank you, you're fine.
If MHA and One Piece had a crossover, would you or would you not be a pirate? And would you be an ally of the Straw Hats?
So, if I heard your question correctly, if MHA and One Piece had a crossover, would their characters be part of the Straw Hat crew?
Kind of, but like if they were pirates, would they or would they not be allies of the Straw Hats?
So, would they be allies to the Straw Hats?
Dobby would be a pirate, but he would not work for that fake-ass pirate.
Yeah, Aizawa would definitely love to work for the Straw Hats as like their custodian, or I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he would do.
Swab the deck.
He would swab the deck, yeah. He'd be good at making phone calls for them on the snails. I don't know. You know, because the snails they're fun.
So I actually play a character in One Piece named Shaki, and I feel like if Midnight and Shaki were to meet, they would be besties, and Midnight would convince Shaki to go back and be queen of the Amazons, and they would just like start a new age of girl power.
I think that Lucci would really not like Dobby's fashion sense.
Yes, that is completely true.
Awesome,
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi. So my question's for everyone. I'd like to know, you as voice actors, what is the future that you would want or would have wanted for your MHA character after the war?
Oh, you know, having a life and all that. No biggie. No, you know, not a big thing to ask or anything, but
I would like to go back in time and maybe not be kicked to the curb and abandoned and left for dead, and see, you know, if maybe what kind of hero he would have been. Because I think if his, you know, kind of weakly powered father is the number one hero, like if he's more powerful than that, would he have been the number one hero? What would he look like without scars? I bet he'd be pretty.
He already is.
I mean, he's pretty with the scars, but imagine without them. He didn't choose those scars.
sometimes it's the imperfections that make us perfect.
That's right.
That's character development right there. I would love to see Aizawa star in an 80-episode series of him just going around the world and sleeping in all the most famous beds all around the world. Buckingham Palace, you know, just everywhere. And then at the end of it, of each episode, they like pan into his face, zoom into his face and ask him, you know, how was your night's sleep? And he only ever answers with one-word answers. But those one-word answers say a lot, you know, and so usually it's just, fine. But sometimes it's like, good. And other times it's like, nah. Fascinating television.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. What is the most like unique thing you've ever like autographed?
Could you repeat your question just a little closer?
What is the like most unique thing you've ever autographed?
I mean, it's gonna be skin, right? For all of us, probably. It was very early on. Like, I started doing cons back in 2016, and I really did not know what I was in for because I was never a person who like went to cons at all prior to that. So like the first time I went to a con, I was a guest at a con, and I'm just like kind of a wide-eyed urchin just walking down the aisles, like, what is all this, you know? And it was at one of those shows that a mom came up with her daughter and was like, I really want you to, you know, autograph my shoulder. I'm like, okay. She didn't really mean her shoulder. It's like the whole, you know, shirt kind of came down situation. And I was like, I think I'm going to jail today. All right, this is gonna be interesting. And you know, I don't know, cars. I've signed cars before. That's always cool. I signed a dude shoe. That was kind of fun. Well, I mean,
Did it smell okay?
it was fine. It was a new shoe. It was like brand new.
It was kind of more towards the beginning of my con journey as well, but I had a Sacha Braun cosplayer come up and ask me to sign the real potato that she brought with her. And I was like, you know that this is gonna like rot and go bad in like a week and a half, right? And she was like, I know, but I still really want you to sign it. So I signed a real potato. I hope she didn't eat it.
It's a toss-up for me. I've signed an infant, which was pretty weird. And I've also signed somebody's prosthetic limb, which was also pretty weird.
Thank you.
That's punk rock.
Thanks.
It's very punk.
That is punk rock. Thank you.
What's your favorite My Hero Academia ship?
You said ship? Yeah. So, forgive me, girls, but
Dobby
they
and Midnight, sorry.
you heard nothing. So they are unfortunately not allowed to talk about ships. Do you have a second question by sheer chance?
I will answer your question. My favorite Aizawa ship is Aizawa shipped with sleeping bag. Just please let the man sleep. Let him sleep.
I like the USS Ohio. The Enterprise.
Oh, I see what you did there. That's very clever.
Very clever.
R2D2.
That's not a ship.
He's in a ship.
I like Luffy's ship.
Slave One.
Did you girls have another question? No. If you think of one, you're more than welcome to go to their booths back in the signing era and go up to their booths and ask them, all right? Thank you so much. I just want to give a friendly reminder, we do have about 10 minutes, and so we do need to do a little bit of a lightning round, but do not fret, we will try to get through everyone, but go ahead, fire away, friend.
What was your favorite scene to voice act for your character in My Hero?
The dance.
Good answer, good answer.
Quick answers, quick answers.
I really enjoy any scene where Mount Lady and Midnight are bickering. I think they're really funny, and I love Jamie, so.
I like any scene with Aizawa and Ms. Joke, especially the one where she said, if you marry me, it would be a lifetime of laughter. And he said, that sounds like an actual nightmare.
Thank you.
Oh, also, I love the episode where the kids are trying to find their hero names, and she like shuts down Lord Explosion Murder.
Thank you.
Good question, that's a quick question. Great.
Next question.
Hi. Just real quick, Wonder Woman over there is my sister. We're both huge fans. And what has been your most embarrassing story while recording in the booth?
I melted my only means of getting money when I was recording in Shanghai, China, because I put my pants that were soaked because I had run to the studio on the radiator inside the studio. On the first day that I was there for a month.
I can't compete with that.
It sucked. Like it was not good.
That's terrible. I screwed up a couple times. I don't know. I got nothing.
I don't think anyone can top Jason.
She tooted.
Well,
Sorry, she
Oh,
didn't.
I'm sure I have. But then
She actually doesn't
I'm the
too.
only one that has to deal with that because I'm in the booth by myself. So, I worked on a game probably very few of you have ever heard of, where I played like a demon incarnation of the mortal sin of lust. And what really got her excited was violence. And I had to do this game with like an all-male like team on the outside that like didn't find anything I was doing very funny. So that was just like a little bit like, oh my God, this is so rough to get through.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
All right, hello. So first thing, my best friend Elios says hi. She could not be here today. Very sad because she was on a cruise.
Very sad.
But my question is for all of you: what are your characters' true thoughts on All Might?
He's not a very good teacher.
Who?
All Might.
He needs to change his ringtone. It's a little self-centered.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. That was excellent.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, Chumpa.
Hi. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize it was that loud. My question is for Jason Liebrecht, and it was, who is your favorite character to voice act?
All time or currently?
All time.
All time is a toss-up between the lead in that show, Darker Than Black. I talked about it a little bit. Closest I've ever come to playing Batman. And then there's another show called Eden of the East. I was co-leads with Leah Clark. That show's badass. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Short commitment, delicious show.
That wasn't the answer I was expecting.
I am sorry. And also not sorry. at
But
the same
Champa
time.
was next, right?
Champa was next, totally. Champa is my hangriest and funniest character I've ever played, and I love him, and I want to eat him for dessert.
All right, my question, if I may, is what is your character's, Jason and Elizabeth, what is your character's favorite line for Champa and Caulifla?
When you're a big star like me, you have to make an entrance with a bit of panache.
I wish I could do the voice too, but I'm actually losing my voice a little bit, so I'm not going to subject my throat to Caulifla's craziness. But I love how like, kind of, like, she's always in kind of a bad mood until she gets to fight. And she has some line where she talks about like, I didn't come here to make friends. And I'm like, oh my God, I feel like you're just like the girl in high school who's like secretly a little mad that like nobody likes you, so you like make it seem like you don't like anybody else. Yeah.
Awesome. Universe 6 is better than I thought. All right.
Thank you. Universe 6. Universe 6.
All right, friend, you're our last question. Go for it.
So I wanted to ask, so I pray that I get to the point that you guys are at.
Get a little bit closer to the mic. If you
Sorry.
don't. No
So
worries.
I write sometimes, and I kind of want to get to the point where you guys are at. But when did you guys have this moment where you feel like, oh, I made it moment? What can you guys like?
Your I made it moment.
I haven't had it yet.
I don't know if I've had an I made it moment, but I did have a moment where I realized my hero was much bigger than I thought it was. My kids were playing on a little league baseball team, and one of the dads was this very salt of the earth Texan type dude. He was a plumber, and his son and my son kind of got to hanging out, and so I met this dude. And when I meet people that aren't in the industry, I typically tell them I'm a contractor, because they have zero questions after that, and so we can just move on with our friendship or whatever. And it's true, I am a contractor. And I did the same thing with this guy. I was like, I'm a contractor, cool. And then some weeks went by, season 2 was really popping off, and it seemed like people were starting to understand what this thing was. And I was at this little league practice I'll never forget, and the dude came up to me and he was like, I didn't know this, but are you the same Chris Waycamp that's in the cartoon? And I was like, maybe, I think so. He's like, my son told me about some cartoon that you're in. I was like, I'm in this cartoon. He's like, that's really cool. So what's it like talking to these characters in the cartoon? I was like, oh my God, this is happening right now. Like, normal people are aware of this. This is incredible. So that was kind of, I guess that was it.
I went to conventions a lot before I started doing voice acting professionally, and I cosplayed. A lot of people don't know this, but Amir from Attack on Titan was actually my very first anime role. And I don't even think I was a guest at the convention, but I went to a convention and I saw somebody else cosplaying as Amir. And that was like a really impactful moment for me to realize that like I had spent, years of my life dressing up as characters that I loved. And then I saw my first person who was dressed up as a character that I had voiced. And that was like a pretty big deal for me.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for the question.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much. Guys, if there was any questions that we didn't get to, or maybe you just, of course, didn't want to ask them publicly, again, everyone will be at their booths doing autographs, some selfies, anything else that you might need, please go see them. Elizabeth, Jason, Chris, thank you so much for visiting us at Animeverse Fest. Thank you guys.